And now, the lady, the queen of love, and her one and only gentleman, the Seymours.
Good evening. Good evening. This is an experience this evening. We're ready. We're grateful to God to be able to come into your place of home, your car, your automobile, wherever you may be. I mean, well, this evening, are you ready for real talk, for real people
with
with
real
real
situations.
We are so excited this evening,
Yes,
and we know that God is going to do something for you. We don't know what it is, but God is going to do something supernaturally for you. It depends on whatever it is and your request that you've had before God. We want you to know. Well, before we get started, I think I got to give the announcement, Evans, what we'll be at this week. We'll be in Baton Rouge, in Gonzales, Louisiana, with my apostle, Dr. Lord Benson Sr.
Yes,
We will be at the Cathedral of Praise in Gonzales, Louisiana, praising and worshiping God, doing some teachings, receiving the word of God. He'll be doing the preaching of preacher. Oh my God, the man is an amazing teacher.
Yes.
He's an instrument. He's a tool.
Yes.
God has raised him up with an apostolic prophetic word that's changing the nation. He's changing the world. Amen. He's changing our states. He's changing our cities.
Yes.
He's changing our communities. I want to encourage you to meet me there. Me and my husband.
Yes.
Those of you that's following us, we will be there Wednesday night with meet and greet, Thursday and Friday.
That's right.
All day with the
Leadership Summit. It's the Leadership Summit.
I think it's on our Facebook page.
Yes, it is. So check it out. Meet us there, and it is going to be amazing. Great teaching. We're still within the guidelines and the restrictions, so we all will be safe. But it is going to be amazing. It's going to be an impact. That is what Dr. Benson brings to the table: an impact and a changing of life.
We will be in Gonzales, Louisiana. That's the Cathedral of Praise with none other than Dr. Lord Benson Sr.
Yes.
Amen. The governing apostle, the general,
the chief apostle,
the chief. So we love God. We love our apostle. We love the fellowship of Dr. Benson. Amen. But this evening, we don't know if you have questions. We'd like to start with questions so that we can get ourselves together. Evans and I, they gave me some little notes enhancing the moment.
Wow. Enhancing the moment. That's amazing.
Yes, that's super. Valentine is coming. You all know me and Evans's first Valentine. What did you give me for No. You see, he went to look at me. He didn't give me nothing.
We'll talk about the second one.
He didn't give me nothing for the first Valentine. That's when Evans had the other 6 women. I think it was 6 or 8. And I was just a part-time. I wasn't even on the part. I didn't even have a part in it, like. I think he forgot I exist that year. Evans just playing a little role, little role. And then he go, I think you called me later that evening. But that's all right. I had my fun, too. I enjoyed my Valentine that year.
Those were the days when okay, I believe it.
No, that was when the boyfriend and girlfriend got started.
Yes.
We started with our relationship.
Yeah.
And it's been fun ever since.
That's been
I tell people all the time, Evans is my friend and my boyfriend.
Yes.
And I think that God had a Evans, you told me there's a uniqueness about God. And God knows how to give you what your uniqueness
is.
And Evans is my uniqueness. Like he pushed the buggy when we go into the stores. And what I really like about Evans, he's not ashamed. When my shoulder was hurting me at one time, he's not ashamed to walk through the store, carrying my purse. Evans was
my friend.
Yes, exactly. You take that purse. There's somebody that's saying, yeah, he know the money. No. Yeah, but and we ride together every day, 7 days a week. What I think the most romantic part about it is that we can still come together at night as though we've been apart all day. Isn't that amazing? Like you be together all day. We wake up, we have prayer, we do our stretches. He stretching my back, he's stretching my back.
But Dr. Seymour, when you're building a partnership and a relationship, you're also building a portfolio.
Yeah.
And that's why when you're building a portfolio, the finances it ain't an issue. It's not a problem because it's a portfolio that we're building, and I want our not our network but our portfolio to be at least $250,000 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to talk about that,
No.
Eddie? I know you
No.
don't.
Because I want to build up people. Because before we can build up the finances, we've got to build up
The faith.
the relationships.
That's right.
And so I can't build up their finances until we build up the relationships. And so once
What's
we
the
can get
secret?
people.
What's the secret of building? I'm sorry to cut you off. What's the secret of
No,
building?
you
up?
ain't sorry.
What's the
If you
secret?
sorry, then stop what you're asking.
Well, because I think a lot of people that's watching would like to know. One of the issues that I think people have with their relationship is when the finance is not right. Sometimes the romance can't really get right because you, in the back of your mind, you're still thinking about the bills, and when that's not in the back of your mind, you can really attend to your spouse.
What I think in building, Elvis, you don't build on finances. You build on with conversation and communication and talking about the strength and the weaknesses.
Yes.
And once you can build on the weaknesses and the strength, then you can get to the finances. But you can't get to the finances until you have built and established a relationship. And so, and building a relationship comes with faith, confidence, and conversation. You cannot build a relationship without knowing who you're building with.
Yes.
And there has to be a solid foundation. So if you don't know who you're building with, that's what we was talking about. I didn't want to talk about the finances because first you got to know who you're building with. Who are you in a relationship with? Are you loving him because he's a good lover? Is he loving you because you're a good lover? Or are you loving each other because you can really, really have good conversations?
Yes,
And do you know good conversations? You could almost, I want to say this, but you can almost climax from a good conversation. It's the gospel. A good conversation can sometimes complete everything that's void about your life. Now imagine if you can have a good conversation, but what happens is we don't like to communicate. So when we don't like to communicate, we can't have a good conversation. And so without that, the negativity is there. Then when the negativity, the only two things that messes up relationship is money and sex.
Yes.
And so if we can get past talking about the money and talking about sex and just talking about life, talking about you, talking about me,
Yes.
learn the most intimate parts about me, learn the secrets of me, learn the whispers. There are whispers in all of us that nobody never heard. That's that silent language where we can whisper. You go in the restroom, think about what I'm saying. Whisper is I talk to myself. And I tell myself, this is going to be learn my whispers, learn my silent language.
Beautiful.
And so then when you learn the whispers of a person, the relationship can just go to the next level. It exuberates. And now you're excited because we've enjoyed that communication.
Yes.
So now our bodies are together. Our heads are together. And so it brings you so much together because I understand you. You understand me.
Amazing.
We get to the depths of stuff. We used to lay in the bed, Elvis and I, and we would just talk about Jamaica, Mississippi, and Jamaica and Mississippi, how we grew up poor.
Yeah.
I told him how we would make chicken and dumpling. Chicken and dumpling was not a delicacy. Chicken and dumpling mean we didn't have nothing else to go with it.
Yeah.
So they would boil the chicken and take some flour and put it over the chicken to make a complete meal for the family.
Yes.
And so a lot of stuff, some of the food.
Dumpling and butter, or dumpling and tin mackerel. That was like you couldn't afford nothing else. You couldn't really. So you get some flour and you knead it together with some water and a little salt. You put on a pot of water and you boil it, and then you put a piece of butter over it, and it's in major songs.
That's poor man food.
Yes.
There was something else I used to tell you was a poor man food. Certain way that we cook food. What was that, Elvis? I can't. But now it has become a delicacy.
Yes.
But you know, we talked about this, and we found out that we had so much in common.
Yes.
You know, though. Listen, you know, a lot of people like these black eyed peas and cornbread or collard greens and cornbread with their fingers. We ate with our fingers because my mom and daddy didn't have no forks. You know, be real. We learned how to drink water out of our hand under the sink. You know,
yes.
You didn't have a cup. You didn't have a glass. So these are the things that you would know when that's your soulmate, because your conversations. Now we just sit up there and talk, and we say, "Well, baby, let's talk. This is how you do this, baby. Let's finish this in the bedroom."
That's right.
See, we've just conversated. Now we're ready to bring our bodies together, and we've stirred up something. That's the kind of language. You know, if you cannot conversate, then escalate yourself from that relationship.
Yes, amazing. I know you want to start about question, but if you have a question, email us as dr.adeliaseymour.com, put it in the box and ask a question. If you have a question about what we're talking about this evening, and if you and your spouse do not have a good conversation, how can you start it, or where do you ask us a question so we can answer, we can give y'all some tips and let y'all know what worked for us.
And then I want to tell women, I used to go out. I told my husband, this was a long time ago, and if I saw a man or a gentleman that I liked, I would give the waitress or the server, I would take the tip that I'm giving them and write my phone number on it, and I would tell them, take that over there to that table and let that gentleman know that I'm interested. Come on, let's stop being fake.
That's right.
You know, he's sitting over there by himself. You're sitting over there by yourself, because that's what a man would do. What's wrong with sending your phone number over to his table? Or you sending him a drink?
That's right.
When I say drink, we're talking about orange juice, Mountain Dew, or we're talking about Arnold Palmer. You know, I'm interested. He's eating lunch, or why don't you just pay for his lunch? You go to the one of the restaurants. Let's say one of the restaurants here, and he's in the line. Why won't you pay for his food? And say, "Oh, I found so much interest in you today. Are you married? Are you alone? Talk to me, women. Stop the whining and looking and how do I do? Look, you like him. Compliment what he has on.
Yeah, say
something. Just say something like, I compliment Evans. Evans compliments me every morning, tell me how I smell and all that. But we compliment each other all the time. I don't know really much what we compliment, because we have on the same clothes every day. It's a shame I can't put on nothing. Then he get offended if I try to put on something by myself, you know. So
I love the way it look on her, you know. You don't fit me the same.
Wow. But I'm telling you, we have fun doing it.
Yes.
And then when we get home, we take them off. He hangs them up, you know.
Yes.
You see how he ever get offended, saints of people. If I put my own shoes on, you know, like, but hello, I like it, you know, like, I like it. Evans, you remember I used to clean his face and clean his beard, and you know, I'm the reason Evans have a beard. He looked like a little fresh boy. We got there. He didn't have no bubbles.
That's not it. That's not it.
He didn't have no bubbles.
She did not
he didn't have no
want
burns.
anybody to think that she was robbing the cradle.
I think your mama did think that. Shoot. She either got jealous. I told Evans his mama was jealous. I didn't.
She wasn't getting none.
She wasn't getting none. I said, Evans, because she stayed in our business all the time. For that question, let me go and tell y'all. She stayed in our affair every time they talked. So he finally had to throw his phone away, because she just wouldn't leave us alone. And I used to tell my husband, I said, husband, Elvis, ain't nothing wrong with your mama. She ain't getting none. And she done got jealous, because the man she married to can't produce. Y'all, and look, when that man died last December, it wasn't 2 days later.
Leave my mama alone.
She was so happy, she bought her a ticket. It came to Georgia.
Amazing.
And brought her young boyfriend with her.
Yeah. Table turn.
Came to church.
The table
See?
turn.
The table turned.
Right?
Sure, right. Now she laughing and talking. How's the deal? It ain't all that junk no more, is it? She don't say none of that no more, do she?
She's happy.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hand. We got to get into these questions.
Oh my God.
But now, if they think I'm something, they need to meet Evan's grandmother. She's 80.
I'm 9.
89. And girl, and y'all, all she talk about is the poom poom. I didn't even know what a poom poom was.
Oh Lord.
She said, Craig, is you getting the poom poom? Okay, just say it. Okay, I'm bringing it in. I'm bringing it in. I just had myself a lot of fun. I just had a good laugh. This is my friend. But we really do this. We watch our cowboy. We watch what's the
Sisters.
Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke.
We do our westerns first thing in the morning about
6 o'clock. Yeah.
We do Gunsmoke, rawhide first, then Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
And y'all don't believe it. No. At 6 o'clock, but watch this. At nights when we really still woke and we ain't having prayer time and Bible study, we will put the TV on the Beverly Hillbillies. We watched every series.
Yes. Oh my God.
We love the Beverly Hillbillies. They struck that millions and didn't know what to do with that money. So, that's some of the stuff Elvis and I do. We enjoy the moment.
Yes, we do.
We enjoy moments together. And then this is what I love. And then we're fixing to get into your questions. I can wake up, he think I'm sleeping. He just got his hand on my back on the side where I had my surgery. You can feel him praying for me just about all night long.
Yes.
Am I telling the truth?
Yes, you are.
He does. And then when I finally wake up and open my eyes, he said, baby, how did you rest? How did you sleep? All of this means something to me. You know what I'm saying? It does. It means something to me. I don't know what it means to you all, but this is what we're looking for in relationships.
Yes.
This is when you know that you're with your life mate and your soulmate. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all get those questions. I think they're still ready. I didn't want to take I got 5 more minutes. I'm going to get out of here. Oh, by the way, you need my products.
Yeah, Valentine is coming.
Valentine is coming.
Yes.
And I have enhanced it. Oh,
yeah.
Tell them, Elvis. We have see, this is what y'all don't know. Elvis helps me.
Yes.
Elvis is, we go and we find the different ingredients. Am I telling you the truth? We find the different herbs and we sit there and do it together.
Yes.
And we go and order it together and we laugh about it together. So you need your products. You need your soap.
Your oil, your perfume. We have a special that's coming up for the Valentine's. So we will be putting it out there starting next week. And we're going to take it from there.
And I have a tincture for those women that sit and say, my body, you know what you be saying about your body ain't functioning right. I have a tincture. I have a tincture, and I can don't swear by it, but I can declare by it. It's just like my soap and the oil. I can declare that soap works.
Yes,
I could show you all so many people. But what you all didn't know is Elvis and I, we join our heads together.
Yes.
And we agree together and make this stuff together. And we mix it together. We put it in the
jar.
See?
And all of that, yes. But Dr. Seymour, what do you do, or what do you do for the man or woman in your life that pushes back the force of darkness from attacking you? I don't believe there's no price that's so precious that you can pay for that. That's one of the most powerful things that can happen to a person having a pastor. Because the pastor pushes back the forces of darkness from attacking you. So that's why it's so amazing. It's nothing too good or too great. And you're not only my wife, you're also my pastor.
Yes.
So I have fun. I enjoy doing everything that I do.
You do. I believe that because of the way that you do it. And you drive me all over America. And it's fun. And I don't travel with pants. I've never traveled with pants whenever Evans and I travel. I make it convenient for him. This is the God truth. I never travel in pants. We travel alone, and I never travel in pants. I find me a nice, pretty dress that will move anytime it needs to move. I know. Now, if I'm traveling with the women or sisters or some of us, we travel with people, then we wear suits, our bodies, our sweats or something. But if Evans and I are traveling alone, going a distance, then I always wear a dress.
Good tip. Questions?
You guys are just totally awesome. You are such an inspiration
Thank
to
you.
the nations,
Thank
right?
you. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're enjoying you tonight. One of our viewers would like to know what are some ideas that you can help me with helping my wife become more feminine.
That's a good question.
You answer, baby. Because you just complimented me. That was yesterday, I believe, when you complimented me. I don't remember what you told me about. Jesus. You just complimented me about how I always come out and grooming myself.
Yeah, you dress like a lady at all times.
That's what you said.
One of the things, you know what? That is a if you guys are having conversation, if it's something that you guys talk about, I think that's one of the greatest moments to inbox Dr. Seymour, and that woman or that lady can be someone that Dr. Seymour can work with one-on-one.
Personally.
No, she can see where you at, and then she can be your mentor and help to take you from where you are, and that's one-on-one conversation. So if it's the man is asking the question, if we're just speaking about, you have to have conversation, and if you haven't had this conversation as yet, and it's something that you're just needing, it's time to open up and let's have the conversation. And once you can have this conversation, well, say, I've been watching this show, if you guys don't watch it together, and I'd like you to inbox Dr. Seymour, and I'd like you to just speak to her. And when she go ahead, Dr.
I'm
Seymour.
sorry, baby. But another thing, because we don't know if she's dressing, overdressing or underdressing.
There you go.
Because we have a lot of women that dresses, but they think that they are properly dressed,
Yes.
and they are really underdressing. And then you have some that overly dress. Whereas, so we need to know your views of what do you really want. Like
Where you at?
where are you,
Yes.
with this? Because and most of us now we are dressing underdressing as ladies. Ladies dress one way, but women dress another way.
Yes.
And then we don't know, the breasts out and the bosom out and the loose tail and slides and hair rollers and sleeping cap at 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the day. And oh, Jesus, it goes on. And so this means that there needs to be a mentoring. There needs to be conversation. And a lot of times, Elvis, men cannot tell the woman or their wife what's wrong, because women want to get offended.
Yes.
And now they want to go to the left on him.
Yes.
So he just cannot communicate and tell her. So that's when you would inbox me and say she's underdressing or overdressing. How do I deal with her? Then from the views of a female, I can talk to you without her knowing that I'm giving you information on how to address.
And I can attest to this, Dr. Seymour, from experience, because remember I've told you about some cases where some things was just a turn off for me.
Yeah.
I've met people and before you and just they tend to get dressed up for the occasion if they're going to travel that's all. But and the normal every day it's just like they don't put themselves together the proper way. So when you see them on a picture, you're like, whoa, where's this person at? And so it becomes so common, and that was just a big turnoff for me. I just couldn't deal with that. So I can see where that person is coming from. So there's some conversation that needs to be had, and so we can take this to a whole next level.
And never become common.
Yes.
See, that's another mistake. You become common. If that's your boyfriend, you don't want to become common. And if you have made your husband your boyfriend, you most definitely don't want to become common. So you dress to please at all times.
Good. Dr. Seymour, how do you deal with the spouse that's constantly comparing you with their deceased spouse?
Oh, that's a little hard. I don't think it's not fair.
Yes.
It's not healthy. I think that once I let you know that we're not talking about your deceased spouse anymore, and you continue to compare me with her, it's time for me to walk. It's time, because I can't live your dead wife or your dead husband's
Yes.
life. And a lot of things about he or she, I don't want to be what your dead spouse was. I am your living spouse.
Yes.
So if you cannot get over the dead, then I need to walk. Now, you might not like that answer, but that's Adelia's Chronicle.
Details 101.
101. I would walk. If I'm challenged with a dead person, I would walk.
One of the viewers would like to know, my significant other is very selfish, especially when it comes to satisfying my intimate needs. What are some suggestions?
Was what Dr. Seymour did earlier in marriage. We started talking.
Yes.
Everybody says she always say that. That is always the answer. I had to let Elvis know what I liked, how I liked it, and what I wanted, and how I wanted it. See, that's why I told you all Elvis and I was friends, and we conversated about everything. That's when we started going getting our nails done together, our pedicures together. And I was sitting there and showed the barber how I wanted his beard cut,
Yes.
how I wanted his mustache cut. I got to live with this. So if I'm going to live with it, let me go ahead and let's fix this up now. And they would know when I come in there with them, oh, what she want. But then guess what? Who goes to the wig store and pick every one of my wigs?
I do. Because I know what I want to see her in.
That's deep in it. We really live like this.
Yes.
I can't pick a ring. Well, baby, no, baby. My jewelry that I wear, Elvis picked. I know this don't seem true, but this is really how we are. It's the truth.
Yes.
So if he's not pleasing me, he's not. Wait a minute, I ain't fixing to play this game. See, first of all, an accident at IHOP. At IHOP in Fort Lauderdale. Was it Fort Lauderdale? There you go. So he would go play this game with me. I said, it's time to talk. We sat at the booth, and I said, at first, I was letting you get away with it because I thought I was doing it for me. I said, but since you said out of your mouth verbally to me what you said, dog, this table fit the change.
She didn't know that I was a bad boy.
I know, but you found out I wasn't no puppy.
But that's what even drew our relationship closer. See, I can attest a lot of because they're 7-1 or at least 5 men,
7 women to 1 man.
Yes. What happened is like the ladies, the woman, they compromise because they do not want the man to leave.
Yes.
They know that he have somebody. So I'm talking about 90% of who I dealt with before I met you. I really don't know because I was who I was. I was just a man, and I do what I did, and it was about me, and that was it. And there was no conversation. I said, baby, I nobody meet anybody like you who's just gonna say, look, Negro, this ain't going like this. And I'm saying, I like that. I end up like,
no,
whoa.
you said, what I done got around, what I done got myself into. You know, like this a real lady right here, man. Ain't nobody never talked to me like that.
So it was different. It was amazing because you're gonna say what you want and how you want it, and it was good. And before that,
I said it was good.
Yeah, before that, it was like look.
He thought he was all important.
Yeah, beans was in operation.
Watch this. No, if it wasn't beans, then it was
Craig.
Yeah. I said, wait a minute.
You know how the few group is, and it go.
No, this nigga had women all through his phone, all that his business, because he did a lot of stuff. He was a cook, he had his own little outing. And one of them one night just stepped up into our place. Oh, hell no, Sister Darren, you ain't playing with the gun like that. I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi. I ain't think you, hey. No, nah. She gonna say this Craig. What she said? This Craig's boo. This Craig boo. The hell with that. You are out of here. This a Delia Seymour.
There you go.
And I see all of the more. So I don't need no help. I bet you that helper had to turn her butt around.
You sure did.
He got scared. Ever since we don't stop.
We gotta live in a real world. We don't live in a fake world. A lot of times people live in a fake world or in a world that they're uncomfortable with, or really not getting pleased but compromising. And it ain't time to compromise for the man or the woman. If you want something, man, say, look, you already know, this is, and if the woman wants something, you gotta say, you don't have to compromise. You'll get appreciated more if you start saying, look, I need some. We're gonna have to step this game up.
There you go.
We're gonna step this game
up. Up this game.
Yeah. Say we need to go to this. We need to go see the doctor together. Let's do that. But we gotta do something. Something gotta give, because we want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy my labor. I've worked hard. We work hard together, and we want to enjoy everything about it. I just don't want to work and look nice in front of everybody, and then I go home and I'm like, oh no, okay. So now we live in a fake life for the crowd, for the people, for the friends, for the unmarried couple. No, we ain't doing that. I'm gonna be happy. You're gonna be happy, and we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna ride it out.
So
tell them we ride out in our slingshot.
We sure do.
Shoot. We don't went about some helmets now.
Yeah.
Shoot, we ride out. Okay, I'm sorry, Duchess.
We ride or die.
So what I'm getting from this conversation is that you got to be real for real.
You got to be real for real.
Yes.
That's why we call it real talk for real people. I am an apostle by calling, but I am a lady or woman by birth. So I'm born natural. I wasn't born spiritual. And so sex and life, having babies, this is real life.
Real.
So we got to find a way to make this thing work. You're sick of divorcing. Women, you're sick of sleeping with different men. You're tired of sleeping by yourself.
This is good.
Real talk. We're going to take one more question. I'm going home so I can eat.
Yes.
Okay. One of the viewers would like to know, can you give me some ideas on how to be successful with a blended family, meaning we both have kids, but they're not together. The kids are not our kids. Like,
they're not their kids.
He has kids and she has kids.
So how do you be successful?
Yeah, how do you blend the family successfully?
Shouldn't they just meet and come together? Especially like holidays or vacations, lunches and dinners. Yes. He talking about her kids, she's talking about his kids, and they are developing relationships.
Don't nobody treat each other kids different. We got to treat everybody the same way.
And help to take care of both sets of kids. If they're still kids.
Yes.
Embrace those kids as if they were your own.
Yes.
Each him and her.
This is what my grandmother would say. My grandmother in Jamaica would say, if you take the cow, you got to take the calf. That's just how it goes.
Amen. Well, listen, I'm getting ready for a FaRealTalk tour. We'll be going on
Oh
the
my
road
God,
in March,
yes,
so we're going to
yes.
give you all updates about that. We have three places that has already booked us for a tour in March, and it's going further and further. We're getting calls to come and mentor, and so, but we'll be giving you all some updates of where we'll be. We might be in your area, and I know we're going to be in a lot of areas. So stay tuned on next Monday,
Yes.
and let's see what the Lord is saying. Let's see where we're going, and if we're in a blessing to you, write us, email us, inbox us, question us. Let us know that you're enjoying what God is doing through the Seymours on our 8 o'clock show. We are here for you. Real talk for real people with real situations. Now watch this. You cannot be healed if you don't get real.
Amen.